Hello everybody, my name is Brandon Ivy and I'm calling in from or doing this video from sunny Southern California, Los Angeles, and it is a beautiful Saturday morning and I'm doing this video early outside before it gets hot. It's supposed to be real hot today, the end of winter, as if in California we ever have a winter. But this video I wanted to shoot, the topic of this video is I want to cover the top 3 main industries in the profession of network marketing. I call it a profession because it is. You know, if you're a professional in this business, in this industry, then you kind of want to know your field. You want to know what you're doing. And just to give you a little bit of background on myself, I got started in network marketing a little over 16 years ago. Straight out of college, I was a senior at Morehouse College when I got started. My good buddy Robert Brown introduced me to this industry, and I've never looked back ever since. But it wasn't all, you know, an easy ride, an easy road. There was a lot of learning and a growth curve. In fact, I didn't have much success my first 10 years. Now let me say that again. I did not have much success my first 10 years. See, most people quit and give up during that time frame. You know, but I saw the power of network marketing. I saw the lifestyles that had been changed by people being in this industry, and I knew that if I just kept my head down and kept working hard and learning my craft and becoming a professional, you know, I would turn that curve, and that's exactly what happened. Because the last 6 years, I've had wild success in network marketing. I became a 6-figure-a-year earner in this industry. I was able to walk off my job and be able to work from home full time. My best month ever in network marketing was $42,000 in 1 month for direct sales. So I've been broke, I've made a lot of money, and I've been broke again. You know, in this industry, you go through cycles. But it's about whoever can be consistent for the longest period of time. That will always end out. So if someone were to look at my career, they can look at it as a failure, but I failed my way to where I am today. And that's where most people fail. So first and foremost, congratulations on even making a decision that you want more out of life than what the media and what society and our natural culture is telling us to do, the 9-to-5 job. Not that it's bad, but if you want more, then you have to be willing to do more and step out of the box. So that leads to the next most important thing. When people decide they want more out of life and they want to look for an alternative way of earning an income, they look at the network marketing industry and they have to choose what company they want to be a part of. And a lot of times people make that choice wrong because it shouldn't be what company. The first thing you look at is what industry. Industry means everything. You can have the greatest company and idea in the world, but if you're in the wrong industry, it's not going to go anywhere. So in my experience, not saying that this is right or wrong, but I'm just going to share in my experience, there's top 3 main industries in network marketing. The first I'm going to start off with one is that started in the 90s. It was the deregulation of gas and electricity and telecommunications in the 90s. You had several companies that started in that time to take advantage of that. The biggest one that's still thriving today was ACN. See, at that time, ACN's entire message was, we are going to save you money on bills that you pay anyway. That's a great concept. Previously, network marketing companies was all product based, you know, juice and wealth and wellness and you know, skin care products, things like that, Tupperware. But the idea of, wait a minute, I got to pay my long distance bill. I got to pay my electric bill. I got to pay my gas bill. The fact that I can save money on doing these things that I have to do anyway, I have residual bills, why not be able to make money off of that? Great idea, great concept. It was revolutionary. It was ahead of its time. And when I talk about these 3 industries, I'm going to talk about the pros and the cons of each of them, because there is no one that is perfect. There's only a perfect fit for you. So that industry had a very great idea, very promising. All 50 states were supposed to be deregulated for gas and electricity. Here's the problem with that industry. The problem with that industry, and any businesses associated in that industry, is that you're basing your entire compensation plan on the product that's being sold, which is saving people money on their bills. There's an inherent flaw in that design. Whenever you have competition, what happens to everybody's the cost? It keeps going down. So at one time when long distance was very expensive, over time it keeps coming down. And if the cost of the product continues to drop, then the compensation, the amount of money that can be made on that product, will also continue to decrease over time. So if you're in a company in that industry, unless you develop another source of product revenue, another product to market, eventually you're not going to have a basic commission line structure that's going to be sustainable, because it's continuing to drop. So companies that just did, for example, telecommunications with wireless, most of them are out of business today. You know, some of the big ones you may still see, or you saw that happen, like Solivay or Lightyear Wireless, 5Links, ACN, especially 5Links and ACN, have diversified themselves. Both of those companies that are still around today are now moving into the health and wellness field. They're adding different products to sustain the inherent flaw of that business design. When you look at gas and electricity, not every single state has been deregulated. So companies can only do business in certain states, in certain areas, maybe even certain countries. And then you have the fact that both in telecommunications and electricity and gas, another inherent flaw is that you can become a victim of your own success. A lot of wireless companies found this out. North American Power found this out. Use NAP as an example. Success. They put in 400,000 customers in a very small, limited marketplace. But once they had those customers, the corporate, the entity above the network marketing arm said, hey, we've got the customers now. We don't need the MLM side. We don't need the networkers. Why are we paying them? We got the customers. So they cut out the network marketing end. They already have their customer base. That was rampant during the wire wars, and we started to see it now in electricity. So that, to me, is a promising industry. You'll always have a customer base. It's just a little bit too volatile. You've got Ambit and Veridian that are still out there doing it, but you never know. Everybody that was in North American Power thought that they had the best deal as well, and then the rug can be pulled from under you. Not saying that's going to happen with every company, but for if you're looking for something that's long-term and stable, you're taking a little bit of a risk there. Is there money to be made? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just a little bit volatile and a little bit risky as well, as is most businesses. The second industry that I want to talk about has been here for the longest and will always be here, and it is the health and wellness industry of network marketing. See, back when Amway first got started, you got Herbalife, you've got even Mary Kay, all these businesses that new skin that have come around have made billions of dollars. And you want to know why? See, there's a gentleman named Tim Sales. And Tim Sales made a video back in the 90s called Brilliant Compensation. And in Brilliant Compensation, he talked about the baby boom bubble. See, the greatest generation after World War II all had a baby boom explosion. My parents' generation are the baby boomers. And the baby boomers, whatever industry that they were or age group they're in, that industry exploded. So when they were born, it was all about, children's toys. It was all about, beds and things like that. As they got older, when they got into their teens and early 20s, the car industry exploded. Why? Because you got a record number of baby boomers buying cars. And then the housing market exploded because you've got record number of baby boomers when they got older buying houses. But as they get older, they go into a new era where they want to spend their marketing dollars. The baby boomers now are approaching retirement age. So what's the one thing that baby boomers want more out of life? They want more life. They want to live longer. They've worked hard all their lives, and now they want to be able to enjoy the rest of their lives and their golden years with the money that they've made. So they're spending most of their money now not on houses and cars. They're spending their money on things that's going to keep them healthy, things that's going to keep them looking good, things that's going to keep them looking young. So any industry that is appealing to that baby boomer bubble is going to thrive. And that's the health and wellness, skincare, weight loss industry. It's always going to thrive. And there's too many companies to announce that you can point examples to. It doesn't even matter about competition. The industry is so large. So that's the pros on that. You're offering product and services that people want because they feel that it's going to help them out. Here's the con of that. Anytime you're dealing with a product-based company, you have to deal with warehousing, manufacturing. You have to deal with getting regulated in different countries as you expand. You have to deal with having the office staff and everything, the entire corporation to build that, which costs a lot of money. So to be profitable, to be able to run that industry, as well as be able to pay out good commissions, you've got to hike up the price of the products that you're selling. 60, 70, sometimes 80% markup from what they're really worth to make it valuable. A lot of these companies, to stay afloat, they got to pay maybe 30 to 40, at best maybe 50% out to the field. They got to keep the rest for their own profit and to maintain the company. And so you're also dealing with reps becoming salesmen. And salesmen that are selling a product that not everybody needs, they can use and that they can afford. They don't really need it. It helps them. So when somebody takes the product and they feel the effects of it, you've got a long-term customer. But the moment something happens in their life financially, what do you think they're going to do? Choose to pay their bills or choose to buy your product? And that's not even the biggest problem in the industry. The biggest problem in the industry is technology, the internet. Every single one of these companies is either starting to feel it or they will feel this one unavoidable, inescapable problem that they do not have a solution for. And that problem is called e-commerce. That problem is called online shopping. That problem is now an individual who loves your product does not need to come to you to get that product anymore. They can go online and get the same exact product for probably 50 to 70% off. So it's not that your product doesn't work. It's your product works, they just don't have to pay the full price to get it. Even when you mark it down, you find it online for less. Amway's having a big problem. They're trying to force eBay and Amazon not to sell their products. But you don't understand. It's not eBay and Amazon selling the products. It's reps selling the product. It's reps who are doing what we call garage qualifying. Because most reps never get more than 3 to 5 personal customers. And most of those personal customers are themselves to remain qualified. That is just a fact. That's just the way it is. You have some superstars out there that may have 20, 40, 50 product-based customers, but they're not in those companies to sell all the product. They're in the company because they like the product for themselves and to make as much money as they possibly can by building a team in an organization. Product sales come secondary. So they buy a lot of product to stay and remain qualified. That's why you have people that end up with products stacked up in the garage, the van, or the trunk of their car. I go into my kitchen, I still have products from years ago. Expired now. My wife says, why do you still have those products? You're not even using them. I said, do you know how much money I spent on them? I'm not going to just throw them away. It's nostalgia. So the main problem is, how are you going to sign up customers to buy a product from you when they can get it online at a cheaper rate? The biggest thing that these companies have going for them right now is that most people haven't figured it out yet. They haven't figured out yet that they can get your product for less. But when they do, it may even be your own family members. They love you, but hey, they're not going to spend 70% more just because they love you. That is the biggest threat. All product, and I say all product-based companies, whether you're in health and wellness, skincare, or weight loss, that's the biggest problem you're having. And it's going to be your own reps who can't sell their product, putting it online to try to recoup some of their losses, and everybody else in the public buying it at 50% off. Can't hide from it. You can't debate it. It's already happening. I look at Nu Skin's top product. I think regular price like $120, $130. You can get it online for 50 bucks. You look at Jenuesse. Jenuesse is having a record-breaking year right now, record-breaking profits. Their number one selling product is like over 100 something bucks. You can find it online for 40 bucks. And not from a Jenuesse representative. So that's just a warning. It's not saying there's anything bad or negative about it. This is just a fact that is happening right now as we speak. Which leads into the third industry. The third industry. And the third industry is technology. Technology. See, there's one thing that people cannot live without right now, and that's the internet. And fortunes are being made on the internet. You look at guys like Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, and anybody that has a technology internet-based company. During our recession, these companies didn't degress, they exploded. Facebook, Google, Twitter, Yahoo, all on the internet space with social media. Why? Because they have positioned themselves to take advantage of where most of the eyeballs are going. See, there's something that's called 3 screens. See, the first screen that you ever viewed was your television screen that revolutionized the world. The second screen that you viewed was your computer screen that revolutionized the world. And the third screen that is dwarfing the first 2 combined is your cell phone screen. A lot of people's first access to the internet is through their mobile device around the world. All advertisers are now converging onto advertising on the mobile device. E-commerce is the fastest growing industry on the planet today. At 1.5 trillion, that's projected to be a $5 trillion industry by 2018. Any business that is positioned in this industry will thrive because they already are. This is an industry that is unavoidable, inescapable, and who is your customer base? Every single person that has a phone. The question is, do you own real estate on that phone? Do you have real estate in this industry? And there aren't that many companies, especially in network marketing, taking advantage of it yet. Why is that? Because they just don't know about it yet. Most people don't have no idea how big e-commerce really is and how it is changing the world. Here's the con of this. It's new. It's the beginning. There's no template. There's nobody who has done it before to follow. There was no regular, it's like Amway when Amway first got started. There was nothing before Amway. Other companies modeled themselves after Amway after the fact. This is new territory. People aren't looking for it yet. People don't know to look for it yet. So the people who are involved now are pioneers. That's good and it's difficult. It's good because the people who are positioned first are the ones that go on to become the $2, $3, $4 million a month earners. However, those same individuals have to be consistent. They have to have the long-term vision to keep moving forward when everybody else is just looking at you and not making a move or don't believe in what you're doing. They don't have that vision yet. So it's a tough road at the same time, but it's exciting. So if you can guess, out of the 3 industries, I have been in all of them. Which one am I basing my future on? It's the third one, technology. There's nothing that I can do to stop it, whether I like it or not. You have a choice to embrace it or not. Bill Gates said something very powerful. Bill Gates said, this is decades ago, there's 2 types of businesses out there. There's businesses doing business on the internet, and there's businesses going out of business. That's it. That's it. So the reasons why I have chosen the technology industry first and foremost is because it is a growing industry, growing at $200 billion a year. So I know no matter what company I am based in this industry, the industry is thriving. So any company will do well if they do the things they're supposed to do. But in this industry of e-commerce, I've chosen a company that's based on online shopping, based on people pulling out their cell phones and being able to shop and buy things online from the comfort of their own home and save money. Someone said, Brandon, you should get into the coffee business. I said, I don't drink coffee. It says, you don't need to. 70% of the planet drinks coffee. That's correct. But 97% of the planet is going to be hooked up online, shopping online, doing internet searches online. Their entire world is going to be revolved around their mobile device. In fact, the mobile device is going to be the mouse to the world. So that's the biggest industry. So I want to make sure I'm in that industry, and I want to make sure I'm in a company that sees the long vision of this industry. And I know I am one of only a few right now in the entire world, as far as network marketing is concerned, that see the vision of being in a business in this industry, in this technology. The rest will see it after the fact. The rest will see it when they see what's so-called results. But it's us pioneers that want to take on the challenge of being the next industry leaders, taking on something in technology before the masses understand what's going on, being ahead of the trends. And that is what excites me. I'm 38 years old. I can just see when I turn 48 years old in this industry what our life is going to be like. It excites me. But at the same time, it's also difficult, because most people don't have long-term vision. They need to see right now. And I don't care what industry you're in, there is no such thing as right now. None. Our industry is a marathon, not a sprint. And I don't care what company you're in or industry you're in, there is no shortcut, there is no get rich quick, there is no things are going to happen overnight. Sometimes you do have a lot of success immediately, but there's also the blowback. You will have that valley. And most people, when they have immediate success and then they go into the valley, they never recover. But you've got to be able to have long-term vision. Pick the right industry, not that I feel is the best for me, the right industry for you, because every industry has its pros and its cons. Every industry, there's millions to be made. So don't get me wrong, I'm not putting down any one industry. Being a professional, I look at all the industries and I want to know what are the pros and what are the cons, and then what is the best fit for me. And for me right now, where I want to be over the next 20 years, technology. Technology. Online shopping. E-commerce. I have an unlimited supply of customers. Everybody and their mama has a smartphone. Everybody wants to save money on items that they're going to buy anyway. And I'm also the biggest threat to all of the health and wellness-based, product-based companies, because I can always Sherlock your item and get it for less than buying it directly from you. That is an existential threat. But it's a boom for us. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to share with you my own personal experience and what I personally feel are the top 3 main industries, what I feel is the pros on each and every one of them, and there are. I have friends in every industry. I was in every industry. I know people making millions of dollars in every industry. And the cons of every industry. And then you have to try to fit in where you can see what's best for you. If you want to be able to be positioned in what it is that I'm doing, send me a message. My information is in the details. My name is Brandon Ivy. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.